All right, we are ready to go.
All right, sounds good. So like I was saying, this is the demo for the new standard Storefront mobile. And thanks for joining us today. And what I'm hoping to do is go over kind of what we currently have, what's going to be coming out, and it's going to be coming out on the 9th, so in 2 days. Next week, we are planning on having another session like this to answer any questions, to hear any feedback that anyone might have. But of course, all questions and feedback are welcome now that we can address those once we go through the full demo. So feel free to post even while I'm talking here, and we'll go over those comments once we are done. So this should be familiar to you all. This is well, or I guess it may or may not be. If you are opted into the current mobile storefront, this is what it is. It is not customizable. It's all in this gray and black no matter what. It always has the website builder, hosting, and a way to look for domains. A lot of these, like Shop All Products, it brings you back over to the full site. It's not what we wanted, and we've had a lot of feedback over that over the years. And the colors had been broken for a really long time. Basically, it's not a good version. And our current storefront isn't all that great anyway. So what we did is we started designing a brand new standard storefront. And when I'm saying standard storefront, I mean the storefront that we provide out of the box. So the new standard storefront is being built out. We are ready for the mobile version, and that is what we're going to be going over today. So this is what the mobile version looks like. That there's the, you'll notice right away, it takes in the branding. And the branding is what you set in the branding page that we had launched about a month ago now. So this is what it looks like. It's that / branding. You can put in your color palette, font palette, and your logo. Importantly, that mobile logo is what's going to be showing up on the mobile version. You can do a search for domains and a couple callouts for a couple different products here. And the drop down, and then you can go to website builder, and it gives you the 3 different options here that you can add to cart. The icons also bring in the branding that you have. Something I'll call out here is the reason why we aren't bringing this storefront across, like, not only just mobile but also the desktop version, is because we haven't built out the other pages that are needed, like the support page, the legal page. There's still a lot of work to still be done, but this is to get it out there so you guys can start seeing it, so we can start hearing feedback. So again, you can click through here. This is in test, so some of these aren't going to work properly, but they will once it's pushed open to our production service. So do we have any questions, anything else you guys would like to see?
I do not see any questions.
I think. All right, cool. So we're going to be continuing work on building out the additional pages. There we go. And we're going to be rolling out the standard storefront to desktop versions over the next few months. That you're going to be seeing more and more of it. So there's going to be a lot of changes coming down the line. But again, this is going to be pushed to the mobile version on Thursday. So that's when you'll be able to see it, play around with it, give us any feedback. And something to call out here is on this storefront, there isn't a way that you're going to be able to opt out of having any of these pages show up. So if you aren't wanting to sell, see, like SSLs, or if you don't want to sell website builder, it's going to show up in the menu even if you're opted out right now. So if that is an issue, please remove yourself from the mobile version, and the way you do that is in here. And I'm just going to bring this full version because it's in the other version. So I go down to here, and in here on advanced options, there's the mobile storefront, and you just opt out if you don't want to have the mobile storefront show. That means the regular desktop version is going to be what shows for all users, regardless of if they're on a mobile device or not. Right. Questions, concerns, anything? So that is pretty much all that I have to show right now.
I have a question that was asked in a different forum. One of the questions and one of the resellers had asked in the Google Plus community, can you just explain why this mobile storefront is necessary and why we didn't just make it responsive?
It is actually.
Okay,
So,
great.
yeah, let me actually go back to where I was at. So, it was like that, and it just switches. So it is going to be the same storefront when we get to the next step of pulling it out. So it is going to be just one storefront. But the reason that we can't do that is, again, because of the legal pages aren't showing there. It is in this storefront version at first. So this mobile version that's being rolled out is going to be the standard storefront, desktop, mobile, everything. It's responsive.
Great. Yeah, and that was clarified in Google Plus in case you haven't seen that question yet. But so basically the question was asked, why we created a mobile storefront. But as Chelsea just explained, it's not specifically a mobile storefront. This is the new version of storefront, which is responsive. So desktop, mobile. Great.
So awesome.
All right. Is there any other questions from participants? Otherwise, we will share this recording out to the larger group. And then again, this was our first series on this specific storefront, mobile storefront demo. We're going to be doing a follow-up after launch next week. Is that correct, Chelsea?
Yep, 1 week from today.
So we'll be doing more promotion. Rakesh, if you can share that out to your groups as well. And those of you that were able to join us today, if you could help share and get the word out so that other people are able to attend after the launch so that we can get a larger feedback group. That would be great.
Absolutely.
That's good.
I have a quick feedback, Chelsea. I mean, this
Yeah.
is with regards to what do we call the issues what we have reported for our earlier mobile storefront, right? Are we able to get that addressed? One of the issue is with the bulk domain search on mobile storefront. So whenever you try to what do we call key in for the bulk domains, right, it gets actually redirected to GoDaddy. It ain't white labeled at the first place. So have we addressed it with this new what do we call version?
So this new version, it is the regular domain search that we have. We don't have a special place for the bulk domain search. So it's there isn't a bulk version in this current one. That's so if this information here for like the domain registration and hosting products and workspace products, all that, if it's all looking very familiar, it is the same information that is used for the WordPress plugin. So the products that we have available in the WordPress plugin are the same products that are available on this mobile version. So I know there's a lot of feedback about VPS, and when we go to VPS, it goes to the old page. That's because we are still working on adding in the VPS servers and having that set up. And that's what is really difficult on this. So same thing for the bulk domain search, bulk transfer and stuff. That right now it's just the regular domain search, but it doesn't go to GoDaddy, so it's halfway there, I guess.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Yep. Cool. And then if there are any other questions around anything else, I know we are working on bringing in more branding palettes, so different colors and stuff. We are also working on more fonts that you can select from, and those fonts are ones that so you don't have the GoDaddy Boeing font here at the top and stuff. It's changing those kinds of font selections. So we're going to be working on that. We're also having other big launches here coming down the line. So definitely stay tuned. We're going to we're going to be communicating a lot with you guys so you guys get sick of all the awesome new things that we're bringing to you.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I know this was a fast one. I blocked an hour off just in case there were more questions, but there again, this was our first series in this. We will be doing a follow-up next week and looking for you guys to help grow the base again. So thanks again for joining. Any feedback, do feel free to reach out after this if you have any other questions. And thanks again for joining.
All right. Thank you. Have a good one.
Thanks, Shannon. Thanks, Chelsea.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Have a good night. Yeah. Bye.